How's it going, boys and girls? Data here, and welcome back to the Minnesota Wild franchise mode, episode number 33, here in the year number 8, 2028 postseason. Year number 1, Stanley Cup champions. Years number 2 to 7, it's been a mix of first, second, and third round exits, always making the playoffs, but never quite going all the way back to the big dance ever since year number 1. And here we are in year number 8. In the last one, it was a difficult second half of the season as we started off with a crazy record in the first half, going, I believe it was 34-5-2. And then in the second half, I think it was something like 20-19-2. And we ended up finishing 4th in the NHL. Still a very good season of 54 wins, but our pace slowed down by quite a bit. Josh left a comment saying, as unrealistic and annoying as it may be, when you're simming that well, you can't turn off the box. You gotta ride the hot sim engine. And you know what? We live and learn. If I'm ever simulating a part 1 of a season and it's that hot, I might just go to the end of the season. I shouldn't just pause it for the sake of pausing it. So we learned our lesson, but we still made it, 4th in the NHL. We won our division as well. The toughest division in the NHL, as we've seen, the Central. The winner of the Western Conference through all 7 seasons so far in this simulation have come from the Central. So, winning the Central, it says something in this world. So it was, still a good season, nothing to cry about, bit disappointing, but at the end of the day, here we are in the playoffs. No one asks how you got to the dance, they just want to know what you do on the dance floor. Marco Rossi, 101 points, Kaprizov had 56 goals, Tkachuk 77, Boquist almost point per game, Matthew Boldy another solid 38 goal season, and blah, 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 all the way down. Rookie season from Wojtek Linter, 34 goals. Disappointing season from Jordan Greenway, Demetrius Correa a little bit, but, when you're a -5, it really sticks out like a sore thumb when you have a guy like Skylar Ellington at a +58. Another big question heading into the playoffs, what are we doing with goaltending? Because as good as Sergei Kuzevnikov was in the first half, his numbers did fall down a little bit. He had 6 shutouts through the first half of the season and 1 shutout in the second half. Still very, very good numbers. Not going to make me start questioning him as a goaltender. But just to say, it was a bit scary to go 4-6-0 in our last 10 games as well. But we're taking on the LA Kings in round number 1, looking to go on another run here in Minnesota. So our really big questions heading to the playoffs were, what's up with the lineup? Do we make any changes on the penalty kill? What type of, changes, if any, are we thinking about? And a major idea, I guess, that we're having to think about is, do we sign Louis Bourdon, who's currently on the Halifax Mooseheads, in the QMJHL. He just he's finishing off his 3rd season in juniors. He has 84 points in 55 games. He's an 82 overall. He was a first-round selection of ours in 2026, and he has crazy defensive stats, 5-star defense, 4-star puck skills to go along with it, 5-star physical. So do we want to think about signing him and throwing him on the 4th line, even if it burns 1 year of his entry-level deal if he plays more than 9 games? You think about players like Cale Makar that got signed and helped their team in a playoff run, and it might really be worth it to throw Louis Bourdon here into this lineup. So like I said, thinking about the real-life examples that worked out so well, maybe this could be one of them. Or we could even try dipping into Iowa. Vinny James leaves a comment saying maybe give a chance to Chekovich on the 4th line center and see if he produces. So Chekovich down in the AHL, Ivan Chekovich, he's been a depth player for us for a very long time. He's only played 25 games in like 4 seasons with us in the NHL, but in the AHL, he has always produced. The only issue is that he is a sniper and not a great, kind of like a 50% line fit on the 4th line. So we could definitely call him up, just he wouldn't be, I feel like Bourdon's a bit more tempting, but it's nice to have that option. Flame says, great video, but disappointing second half. I think you should think about scratching Jordan Greenway for the playoffs and playing Artemi Panarin as he has high poise. So pause on that comment. Don't forget, we also traded for Artemi Panarin at the trade deadline. 79 overall with 90 poise, great offensive numbers. We thought he could maybe do something on the 4th line. He ended up only scoring 1 goal and 3 points in 10 games. Not terrible for a 4th liner who was getting 9.5 minutes a night, but, it wasn't really anything wild. No pun intended. But, it's nice to have him as another option, as we do, we're struggling with what we do with depth, but we have so many depth options at the same time. So back to Flames. He says, keep your top 9 the same, but put Sjogren back on the third line. He did well on the with the +3. On defense, keep everything the same, but watch Demetrius Correa, because if he has a bad couple of games, I would call up Axel Andersson, 80 overall in the AHL. Also, think about trading Greenway at the draft. Then we could also thinking about trading Griffin, maybe even Botter. That's a comment goes on. So those are definitely thoughts that we're going to have moving into the off season, especially if things don't go well in the playoffs, because Griffin, Greenway, these guys are on very, very thin ice. But all that to say, love the franchise mode series because of all the depth. I appreciate that a lot, Flames. Hope to see the team hoisting the cup in the next video. Go Wild. Apo says, yeah, it was a rough second half of the season, but if we're looking for the good things, the Wild are in the playoffs, and maybe we'll get a different simulation, maybe even the first half of the season type of simulation when we enter the playoffs. Still positive that this team's going to go far in the playoffs. Great video, Data. Thank you, Apo. Love the positivity. Lunchbox, yo, Data. Definitely a disappointing second half of the team. Still finished with a very good record. So how mad can you really be, huh? You know what? I calmed down a little bit. I will say after the first half, we're ready to bet the farm on winning the cup. But with the second half, a little bit of nervosity here. I don't see making any lineup moves being the right call, as chemistry got the team this far. Ride it out, see how it goes, unless we just start off really slow in the playoffs. Very much looking forward to them hoisting the cup in the next episode. We are all ready to go wild. Going back to Bourdon now, Apu says, sign Bourdon for the bottom 6 for the playoffs. You need that overall, and his defensive and physical stats are very good, with still good points, even though it's in the juniors. You can replace Argachintsev with him if you want. I think you won't burn a year of his ELC. Depends on the 9-game limit if it applies to only the regular season. Not sure, but in the end, does it really matter if we do well? So I looked it up. I believe if Bourdon does play 9 games, it does burn a year of his ELC, even if it's in the playoffs. I'm not sure how closely EA franchise mode follows the rules of the NHL, the deep bylaws, but I would assume that it does. So like Epu's comment said though, if we do well, it doesn't really matter in the end. And last YouTube comment, Jackie says, the second half was rough. What happened? No suggestions except maybe put Panarin in over Greenway. He was awful, and Panarin at least has the poise. Bourdon for sure makes the team next year, maybe even right now, because Argachintsev's plus-minus wasn't too good. Keep Hyman in, he was good as well. In the Discord server, we continue to think about what's happening between Hyman versus Panarin for the 4th line. Zach says that everyone knows how much of a Zach Hyman advocate I am, but I say play Panarin instead. He'll be a great locker room presence despite not a lot of ice time. Bourdon next season at the very least is a 3rd liner, and he could be on trajectory for a Selke. Addy also adds in that benching Hyman is something we should do. Don't care about the point production, care about the plus-minus. Also, even bench Demetrius Correa, promote Axel Andersson, and even think about benching Dargachintsev for Ivan Chekovich. Benching Greenway also an idea. The plus-minus from the 4th line was simply unacceptable. Addy also says he would have liked a true veteran goalie, as we're finding cracks in Kozevnikov, and our 3rd goalie in Caden Primo may not be much better. But hey, Kozevnikov's, we're going to run with him, keep him on a bit of a short leash, and we'll see what he can do when all the chips are down. And finishing off with Narf's notes. Number 1, great season, tough second half. Maybe we can still turn this around. Number 2, Bourdon. Do a quick test run and see if signing him does take away a year of his ELC. I'd have to go deep into the playoffs to do that, and I didn't want to risk the save file, so I wasn't able to, sim plus 9 games and find out and go to the offseason. I didn't want the auto saves to start going over, so I didn't want to risk that. But signing him right now and putting him on line 4 today, tomorrow, and the next day would be helpful because of his defensive skills. Might even help the PK turn around. Even if it takes away a year of the ELC, we may want to do it. Number 3, bring up Axel Andersson. Put him on the 3rd pair over Demetrius Correa. Good rookie season, but may not be ready for the playoffs. Number 4, I think Hyman, Bourdon, and Greenway is the 4th line play. Number 5, Chekovich may be the perfect 13th forward. Number 6, disappointing year for Greenway, and we really do need to think about moving Griffin in the offseason. But again, we're going to give him the playoffs and wait and see. And number 7, Lindner is a stud and has turned out to be a great trade already. 1st line next year for sure. Let's go Wild, make this the year, and no slow sim failures this year. We really hope not. So, all that to say, thank you for all the comments, synthesizing that in my brain for what we're going to do, and I think this will be the course of action. Zach Hyman had a very good regular season. 10 points in 27 games as a fourth liner, but that -7 is pretty unacceptable. Good defensive stats. Maybe it has something to do with the skating. Maybe it's the poise. Maybe it's the discipline. I don't know what it is. But I'm going to take out Zach Hyman because now it's the playoffs. And in the playoffs, this is where the poise comes in. So, Artemi Panarin, I will give you the start of the playoffs. I will give you game 1. Sjogren, you're back to the third line. You're a good defensive player. You have randomly 99 passing and 5-star physical and skating. Please do something with Griffin and Lintner. At the very least, just 99 passing to Lintner because he has his 5-star shooting. Fourth line center, Jargachintsev. He played in 75 games. 23 points was good, and -3 was not bad, I have to say. I'm not really going to be hard on Simeon Jargachintsev. But with 2.5-star defense, if I have to compare him to Louis Bourdon, and I'm looking for a player who's going to be more defensive because he has 2 offensive players on his wing, on a team where it's a roll 4 lines ice time allocation, I think I have to sign Louis Bourdon, make Jargachintsev my 13th forward, / Chekovich my 13th, 14th forward. Crooks probably won't see any time in the playoffs. Hyman's available as well, so there's a lot of possibilities. And then on defense, Demetrius Correa, in the regular season, he got 14 points and -5. Not bad again, but he's been scaring me a little bit with his plus-minus. So I am tempted to call up Axel Andersson, and I will do that, but I want to give him game 1 with the forward changes first. See how Korea does with the forward changes. If he still doesn't do well, then Axel Andersson can come in and give him a shot with these forward changes. If that still doesn't go well, then we make different forward changes. That's kind of my thought process behind it. So I'm going to go over to the contracts. I'm going to be pulling Louis Bourdon out of Halifax, shipping him down here to Minnesota, getting him on the first plane out of there, a red-eye out of Halifax, unsigned. He was our 23rd overall selection back in 2026. Medium elite. He has grown very well. He's turning into a great forward. Doesn't have great face-offs. He might be a left winger in the end. But I will go ahead and give him his entry-level deal at .950 for 3 years. It has been a dream of mine to join this team. I will not let you down. Thank you, Louis. Merci beaucoup. And I look forward to having you in the playoffs. I will see you in Minnesota. So, fourth line center will be his role. That means that we do have to make a roster change. So I'm going to go ahead and send down Crooks. I don't think you can get claimed on waivers in the playoffs. I don't think so. Hopefully this isn't a terrible mistake, but I'm going to send him down. Okay, perfect. And then I'm going to call up Bourdon. Where are you? Stop. You're kidding me. Are you going to tell me I can't bring a player from juniors to the NHL? Stop. In the system, Bourdon, yeah, he's signed, but I can't do anything with him. You're telling me I can't call him up. The only way to get a juniors player in the NHL is to have him on your roster from the beginning of the season? That's bogus. That is junk. Come on. I was betting on this. I needed this. A lot of my planning was based around Louis Bourdon coming up to this team. Wow. He's not listed under left wingers either, is he? No. Wow, that's crazy. Wow, so my bad. Louis Bourdon is not coming to the NHL. Jargachintsev, you will stay with Panarin and Greenway, I suppose. Griffin, I'm going to keep you with Lintner and Sjogren. Kovanov, I'm going to keep you on the third line because you keep the +3. And that first line, let's keep killing it, boys. Defense, Boquist, Ellington, Valen, Sergachev, Botter, Korea. Goaltending, it's Kozevnikov, backed up by Morozov, our 27th overall pick back in 2024. Had a great season, slipping off a little bit, but we still have faith. Looking at the lines of the LA Kings now for round number 1. Let's get into this first series. We need to get through this first round. I'm not sure what the exact stats are, but we've been struggling in the first round, and that's what it often is in NHL, in franchise mode. You make it through that first round, it's like you're guaranteed to just fly through the second and sometimes the third. But that first round is always the toughest to get through. So the first line is Eli Tolvanen, Curtis Martins, generated player, and Pavel Buchnevich. We all know the legend that Eli Tolvanen is from our NHL 20 series, a legend on the Anaheim Ducks and the Honolulu Huskies. Second line is Byfield, Turcotte, and Gagne, another generated player. This is a fantastic top 6 for them. Zachary Lheureux with Tyson Jost and Carl Grunstrom. Fourth line, Martin Kaut, former Minnesota Wild, with Xavier Reardon and Michael Rasmussen, former Buffalo Sabre on NHL 20, as we all know. Defense is Chychrun and Spence. He's a good offensive defenseman, 91 offensive awareness, 5-star puck skills. With Ville Heinola, Ryan Ellis on the second pair, Ellis 37, and then Jet Wu and Vladislav Gavrikov on the third pair. It is Tristan Jarry, former Minnesota Wild as well, Vezina Trophy winner, coming off a few seasons with the Predators now, where he was kind of serving backup at times to Askarov. He's now the starter here, backed up by Hugo Almfelt. Scratched, Morgan Frost is injured, and then Estrada and Kupari are both healthy scratches. So let's just get into this, my friends, at the XL Energy Center. And as always, if you're new to the series, if you're new to the channel, this video you'll see is well over an hour long. Maybe it's an hour and 5 minutes, maybe it's an hour and a half, maybe it's an hour and 50 minutes. Who knows what I feel like doing. This episode could be done in 20 minutes, 4 games. We get swept out of the first round, but I like to put a black screen at the end to keep it from being spoiled, so you will be reacting with me at the same time without knowing that this episode's only 25 minutes long. So get on the edge of your seats, get your popcorn ready, and let's do it. Game 1, Round 1, Year 8. First period, 1-0, Matthew Boldy on the power play. 17 shots in that first period. We are hungry for a cup, boys. Let's go. Boldy has been here for a long time. He knows Tristan Jarry. He knows how to beat him. Second period, 2-0, Boldy. He knows. He just knows. That's 2 past Tristan Jarry now. 26-14 are the shots, and we're up 2-0. But they say that's the scariest lead in hockey, and there's a power play goal quickly from Leroux, and then Gagne scores a minute later, and just like that, this game's tied at 2. Fantastic. All that for nothing. Boldy, hat-trick, question mark? Now we're halfway through this third period. Shots are 32-17. We're doubling their shots, 34-17, and Sven Sjogren, thank you, makes it 3-2 Minnesota. We're up by 1, and then Boldy hat-trick, there he is! Matthew Boldy makes it 4-2, and that'll be it in Game 1. Shots were 38-19, but we come away with the 4-2 victory. Hat-trick for Matthew Boldy. Sjogren gets a goal of his own, and then Matthew Tkachuk with 2 assists. Let's go. Thank you so much. The Matthews coming through in that one. Game 1 victory, 4-2. A bit of a scary one, because Evnikov scared me a little bit. I'm not happy that Boldy had to put the entire team on his shoulders there. But I just want to make sure I'm rotating the goalies down in Iowa. Stanton and Wallstedt have both been amazing. But I will keep the lineup the same, I believe. Demetrius Correa, let me see you. He only played 2 minutes? What? 2 minutes and 41 seconds? Maybe that was yeah, it must have been a weird injury or something. He must have been, yeah, he must have gotten injured. So we were playing with 5D. Okay, I see you. Game 2 at home with a 1-0 series lead. The hats were all over the ice for Matthew Boldy, and we want to see what else he can do in Game 2 of Round 1, starting off 0-0. Less offensive first period than last time. 8 shots instead of 17. Second period, no scoring. Okay, the shots are pretty tight, 17-15, and it's a 0-0 game. Both goalies wanted to wake up a little bit. And we're heading into the final frame, scoreless. Power play Kings, and Eli Tolvanen capitalizes. But then Klim Kostin comes right back 20 seconds later, and it's a 1-1 game. Klim Kostin, the chemistry genius, the professor, what should we call him? And there's another one from the professor, 2-1 Klim Kostin, the chemistry god himself. 3 minutes to go, up by 1, but Eli Tolvanen ties it up. Late heroics, nothing. Shots tied, well, not tied, 26-25, 1 shot in our favor, but this game's tied at 2. 2 from Tolvanen and 2 from Kostin, and we're headed to overtime. CKK, Chemistry King, Kostin. Let's see if we can get a hat-trick here in overtime and be the hero, but I would take heroics from anyone on our side. As we're in game number 2, a goal for us puts us up 2-0 in the series, but a goal for the Kings gets them back in it and makes this a best of 5. Rossi hit on the blue line, and now Tolvanen's going to bring it back. He's looking for a hat-trick of his own. Puts it in front. Nice redirection stop by Kuzevnikov. Ellington gives it away to Gagne, and oh my goodness, good save Kuzevnikov as he falls on his back. Ellington almost gave them the game on a silver platter. But Gagne over to Jordan Spence. Now a lot of ice for him. He finds room. No one stops him. He rings it off the post as no one wanted to stop him. Adam Boquist brings it back the other way himself now. Dekes nobody. And that is poked away. It's Kaprizov. Up to Alex Kovanov. Finds a slippery way through as a slippery snake. But that is stopped by Jarry. Recovering the puck now. Boldy. Oh, nice move. To Lassie Vallon all alone. But Jarry will hang on there. Offensive zone face-off for Alex Kovanov now against Alex Turcotte. Turcotte will win it back to Ryan Ellis. Gets it up to Buchnevich now as they're looking to exit the zone. But no, delayed penalty. What was that? Delayed penalty is we're going to be getting 2 minutes for, I don't know, was it boarding or... Please be 2 minutes. Yeah, it's only 2 minutes. 2 for hooking, right? Really? I didn't see that. Kovanov getting 2 for hooking. On Ryan Ellis, I guess? Yeah, what are you doing there, Kovanov? Oh, that's brutal. 2 for hooking against Kovanov. Griffin and Boldy are out. At least Griffin's a very good defensive forward, so you better earn your $8.5 million right here, Russ Griffin. Win this draw. And he pushes him off. Okay, gets it to Boldy. Good. And clears it down. Over to Ryan Ellis. Gets it back pass over to Lutter. Wearing number 66 for the Kings. What? Since when? Wearing number 66. Pulling Josh Hosang. That goes into the Kings bench. Sjogren up to Rossi. Shorthanded chance here. Rossi coming in all between the legs. The audacity to put it between his legs on a shorthanded opportunity. Marco Rossi with a good chance there. Sjogren. Valen gets it back into the zone. Killing good time here. Rossi. Sjogren. Rossi again. Now Ellis will recover. And it's Mario Lutter coming in now. He gets crushed. That's what you get for wearing 66, I guess. And then Gagne gets it off. Ellington one-timer scores. Ellington was terrible this overtime. Skylar Ellington gets absolutely stripped, and then in the slot, no one's there to defend, and poor Kozevnikov is facing a one-timer that he knows that his algorithm brain can't defend against. Oh, Ellington, what are you doing, buddy? And where was the defense as well? Where was Ellington's partner? So Ellington has it here. He gets bumped, which makes him like totally get absolutely bamboozled. Oh, sorry, you bumped me. I guess I'll just like fall down and lose possession of the puck or a desire to have the puck. Lassie Valen, where have you been? Okay, because he went for the hit here. Big hit, which was good, but then he's way behind the play and not getting back fast enough. And this was, look at this. Lutter and Gagne both look at all this space that is just for them. No one defending. I needed Sjogren to get back as well. But we lose it 3-2 in overtime. Shots were 28-28, and this series is now tied at 1. Kovanov, there you go, third star of the game, and took the penalty that made us go on the penalty kill. And it's a power play winner for Gagne. A tough loss for sure. 3 goals on 28 shots versus Kozevnikov, starting to, I don't know, frighten me just a tad. Down in Iowa, we ended the season, let me see this, 63-12-1, another great season for the Wild. Damien Giroux with another plus point per game season. He's going to be trying to push NHL, but his overall never really grows. Korea was a -1. He's not impressing me at all here. Poor Leon Botter trying to make it happen. So I think I will go ahead and call up Axel Andersson to give him a game here over Dimitrios Korea. That's the only change I'll make. So there's Axel Andersson. The benefit of putting him in the lineup is that he also gives the third pair a +3. So not only is he playing like an 83, but Leon Botter playing like an 86. So hopefully that will help the third pair that has had its struggles a little bit in the second half, plus I guess the first couple games of the playoffs. For the rest of the fourth line here, they're all they're all even players at least. So I don't know, Greenway's not really doing anything. No reason to really change that up at the moment. I need just more score. I need Lintner to come in with his 34 goals. Maybe we swap the centers, but Kovanov, he has 3 assists. No reason to do that. So I think we'll keep everything else as is heading into game number 3 in Los Angeles. At the Staples Center to kick off this new best-of-5, winning 1-2 and losing 1 in overtime at home. Let's do it on the road now. First period, 1-0, Russ Griffin. There's some life from the two-way forward. Shots 14-6 through the first period. Second period, 2 from the Kings. Jake Chychrun early, and then Alex Turcotte on the power play. Shots only 23-14, but 2 goals and 12 saves. 2 goals against and 12 saves for Sergei Kozevnikov. It's 2-1 Kings headed into the third. We need some top 6 scoring in this final 20 minutes. Let's go. Who's going to give it to me? 5 minutes in, nothing. 25 shots on net, and only 1 has gone through Tristan Jarry. And Lassie Valen ties this game up at 2, the Finnish defenseman. Then speaking of Finnish defensemen, Ville Heinola comes right back, and now it's a 3-2 Kings game with under 5 to go. Is there going to be any late hero? No. What is happening? Why aren't we scoring goals? Why am I relying on Lassie Valen and Russ Griffin to score goals? 2 goals on 33 shots, and then Kozevnikov lets in 3 on 22. So we're letting in too many, and we're not scoring enough. 31 saves from Jarry, and just like that, now we're down 2-1 in this series. And Jordan Greenway, sore knee. Great, get out of the lineup. I don't want you there anyways. Fourth line, Zach Hyman will come in on the fourth line, I suppose. And he's been all right. There you go. What else are we seeing over here? +1 for Darchinsev, +1 for Panarin. Lindner has 1 assist. Griffin 1 goal, 1 assist. Sealgren with a goal. 3 assists. Boy, the second line's been okay. The first... What is going on in this first line? What? Since when has Kaprizov goes 3 games without a goal? 3 games without a goal for the guy who scored 56, 65, 56 the last 3 seasons. And in the playoffs was a goal a game, 8 and 17, 6 and 13, 52 and 97 in total. A goal every other game at least. 3 games, no goals. Third line here. Tkachuk has 2 assists. Do I need to move something around? Cost him and keep it +3? No. Defense 0-0, 5-3, -1, -1. Axel Anderson. Because I'd lose the +3 if I change anything else up. Boquist's too good to take off the first pair. I'm going to try Boquist Sergachev, just stack the overalls on the first pair at least. And I don't know, Griffin's been good. Maybe putting Kovanov with Lindner can do something. Let me try changing up the centers there. And goaltending, because Evnikov 884 doesn't cut it. Maxim Morozov, you're between the pipes, buddy. All right, at the Staples Center, we're down 2-1 in this series. We need to tie this up at 2, and we need to get back in this ASAP. We cannot go down 3-1 and have to score 3 in a row. The curse of the Minnesota Wild in first-round exits, it's been too much now. It can't be years 2 to 8, where it's first, second, third-round exits, majority first-round exits. Come on, we have such good teams. We have such good lineups. We have the depth. We have the scoring. Show up. Do your jobs. Let's go. First period, 2-1. Thank you very much. And Kirill Kaprizov answers the call. The captain scores twice in the first period. Eli Tolvanen scores once, but at least Kaprizov has 2 here in Game 4. Second period, 2-2. Quinton Byfield. What's with the goaltending, man? Shots are 21-18, and it's a 2-2 game. Byfield on the power play. What's the penalty kill should be flying out here. 2-2. Power play early for the Wild. And Sven Sjogren scores on the power play. Thank you, Sven. 3-2 for Minnesota. Shots are pretty tight at 23-20, but it's just a 1-goal game halfway through the third period. We need to hang on tight. We need to add to it. We need to batten down the hatches. Please, 5 minutes left. Nothing much happening. We're pulling away in the shots by a large margin. And thank you, Matthew Boldy, for adding an empty netter, and we take it 4-2. Shots 35-23. Oh, man, at least we kept them from shooting the puck. It seems as though if we let them shoot the puck, they score. So we'll just keep them from shooting altogether. Kaprizov first star with 2 goals. Tolvanen a goal and assist. And Boldy a goal and an assist. Okay. Series is tied at 2, and now it's a best of 3 headed home for game number 5. I don't think we'll change anything. Let me give it another quick look on the third defensive pair and the fourth line. +1, +1, and a 0 for Hyman in 8 minutes played. And then over on defense, Botter a 0, Anderson a 0. Okay, so they were +1 in that game. But what's up on the penalty kill? Come on. Rossi, Sjogren. I keep changing things up and nothing is going my way. So, I don't know. Should I put Boquist on the penalty kill? Should I think about putting him over Valm? No, but these are all good defensemen. Botter's a very good defensive defenseman with the 90 shot blocking. I have no reason to take him out. Could I swap Ellington and then move Rossi down here? No, I want to keep Sjogren and Griffin together, but then that gives me a -1 here. Anybody get a check mark? Not even. No, it's impossible. I'd have to take Boldy off the penalty kill, but he has 90 shot blocking and 93 stick checking. Just because he's listed as a sniper, it makes my lines do badly. So, you know what? Forget it. -1, I'll take it. I want Griffin and Sjogren on that first penalty kill unit. You know, if this burns me, I will take responsibility. I'll take the -1. I'm going to stack overalls there. Game number 5 at home. It's a 2-2 series. Let's take the lead, get in the driver's seat, and finish it off in 6. Let's do it. First period, 0-0 shots. 14-4. We're keeping them from shooting. We're getting the shots, but Tristan Jarry at an 83 overall is just doing magic. Like, he's one of those random simulation goalies. Him, Saros, Merzlikins are just random goalies that simulate so well. Second period, 0-0 it remains. 23-13 are the shots now. But we're headed into the final period. Scoreless, and Kirill Kaprizov breaks the draw. Finally, 1-0 for the Wild on our, 24th or 25th shot of the game, a minute and a half into the third period. 1-0 halfway through this third period at home in front of the fans. 7 minutes ago, and Matthew Tkachuk, his first of the playoffs, gives us a 2-0 lead. Will that be enough with 3 minutes left in this game? And it looks like it will be. A 2-0 shutout victory. Morozov makes all 21 saves. Jerry makes 32 on 34. But thankfully, the onslaught paid off. A goal and assist from both Tkachuk and Kaprizov. And the shutout from Morozov gives him the third star. And that gives us a 3-2 series lead, headed back to the Staples Center now in Los Angeles. So I don't think there's any changes to make after that. I'm not going to go into the lines. I'm just going to keep this rolling. Boldy's been scoring. Kaprizov's waking up a little bit. Let's please end this off in 6. I don't want another Game 7 in the first round. I am sick of Game 7s in the first round. Please, on the road, first period, 1-0 Kings. It's Gagne on the power play. 3 shots all period. 3 shots. Second period, okay. Matthew Boldy with his 5th, and then Russ Griffin, who is waking up. I have to give him credit. 2-1 Minnesota. Shots are 16-9. It's a 1-goal lead. We just got to hold them off for 20 minutes, add to the lead, do something. They have only 10 shots in 40 minutes. Or a little over 40 minutes. Please, thank you. Adam Boquist, his first as well. 3-1 now, but Kaut comes right back, the former Wild. 2 goal, and then Martin. It's 3-3. 3 goals on 15 shots. 3-3 games. We let in 2 goals in a minute and a half. But thank you, Matthew Boldy makes it 4-3. Can that be enough to hold them off? His second of the night with just 20 seconds left. Thank you, and we're through to the second round finally. Shots 27-19. It's a tight 4-3 victory. Matthew Boldy puts this entire team on his back through this series. Not even first star, though, as Griffin had a goal and 2 assists. Gagne had a goal and 7 hits, but that was a nail biter, and that didn't have to be. The goalies have been slipping, and it's 8 points with 6 goals in 6 games for Matthew Boldy that really got us through that one. Points a game for Kostin, Griffin, and Tkachuk. Kaprizov woke up a bit. Rossi woke up a bit. But the depth scoring wasn't really there. Lintner with only 1 assist in 6 games. Bit disappointing there. But we made it through. Panarin with nothing. I need Panarin to wake up. Maybe I'll give him power play time. I don't know. And goaltending, no one. Yeah, you know what? Okay. Morozov, I have to say, it was save percentage was rough in a couple games, but the shutout boosted him a little bit. 3-0-0. I think he gets the crease for round number 2. But we are through, my friends, and that's all that matters. A 6-game series in round number 1, and we finally make it through the first round for the first time in a little while, I think. Who will we be facing in the second round is the question before I take a quick moment to pause and look. In the second round, the Chicago Blackhawks classic central matchup between the Wild and the Hawks. In Iowa, we're through as well as we took down the... is that the Milwaukee Admirals? I believe so, in 5 games. So looking at the playoff tree here, the Hawks took down the Avalanche in 7 games. Wow. And now over in the other series in the West, it's the Coyotes and the Jets. In the East, it's Islanders Hurricanes and Sabres Lightning. So we could see Islanders Lightning like a real life matchup. But in the West, 2 big central teams right there fighting for the West. And the winner of this series could very well win the West if history is going to repeat itself. We already looked at the points. We don't really need to touch anything there. I will go to the lines. I believe when I replaced Greenway, if he was playing power play, then Hyman would be taking over there. Which, no, I have Kostin here. Okay, yeah, I'll keep it just like that. No need to change anything. Morozov will be between the pipes. And Greenway is now a playable injury, but I don't want him in the lineup. Russ Griffin finally giving me a bit of a happy surprise here, as he had 2 points in 7 games last year. Now he has 6 points through 6 games this year, including his first playoff goals as a Minnesota Wild member. So let's just keep rolling as is. Let's check out the Chicago Blackhawks lines. This could be well, not a good series, but a classic series in the making right here. Chicago Blackhawks, we have Ratti, Strome, DeBrincat on the first pair. On the first line, that is Virtanen, Doc, Hirose, Brunstrom, McElrath, and Gambrell, 2 generated players, I think. Yes, and then on the fourth line, Ratcliffe, Appleton, and former Minnesota Wild Eriksson Ek, who is in his second season on the Blackhawks. We traded him away to Calgary all those years ago. in the Sean Monahan deal. Defense, Shea Theodore and Josh Brook. John Klingberg at the age of 35 with Matt Dumba, another former Minnesota Wild. He's only 33, but he's an 81 overall in his first season with the Blackhawks. He's bounced around the NHL quite a bit. We traded him to Calgary, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams since we traded him away. Wow, he's played over 1,000 games now. And then Brett Kulak and Slater Cuckoo. On Between the Pipes, it is Yusei Saros. There he is. Like I said, he's one of those goalies that always just simulates well in the playoffs for no good reason. And he's 4-2-0. He had three shutouts. 3 of his 4 wins were shutouts. 921 save percentage, 2.11 goals against. Look at some of these numbers. 918, 913. With the Avalanche, he was amazing. Wow. Backed up by just Ty Eager, a random guy. Scratches are Mason Shaw, another former Minnesota Wild, with Lucas Wallmark and Mirko Muller. Was he on... did we have him in Iowa for a little bit? Yeah, we had him on Iowa. Yeah, back in 2023-24, and he played 3 games with us in Minnesota. So yeah, another Minnesota Wild, a little history there. We have history of our own, though, as we have Adam Boquist, who's likely to win the Norris Trophy on our team. So he's going to go back home to his former home, the team that drafted him, and hopefully make an impact for us. But with all that said and done, let's head into round number 2 at the XL Energy Center. The Hawks went 44, 34, and 4. They had 10 more losses than us in the season, but none of that matters in the playoffs. Game 1, round 2, first period. 1-0 Hawks. Joel Eriksson Ek, of course, he's going to score. 4th line right wing. Shots 16-7. It's 1-0 Hawks. Second period, no scoring. Shots are 27-19. Morozov standing tall, but we're not able to break through Yusei Saros. And it's still 1-0 Chicago heading into the final 20 minutes here. We got to get something going. Power play perfect time, but it gets killed off by our own penalty. Then we kill off their power play. We're back to even strength. Shots, hold on, power play again halfway through this third. Killed off once more. Power play for the Hawks. Again, we kill that one off. Under 3 minutes to go now. You are kidding me. Yusei Saros has his 4th shutout in 5 wins. Shots 33-29 for the Hawks, and they win 1-0 because of Joel Eriksson Ek. Wow. Morozov makes 32 saves, but it's not even good enough. That's such a glitch, man. That's such a glitch. Saros has 5 wins with 4 shutouts. That is so garbage, man. But it's not over yet. We had a good game. We just have to score a little bit more. Not going to touch anything. Just keep our foot on the gas. Game 2, round 2, first period at home. Still no goals against Saros. Second period, finally, 1-1. Dylan Strome scores, and then it's our 4th line that kicks in, Zach Hyman, with 2:36 left in the third. There's almost another period of no scoring against Saros. The shots are tied 21-21, and it's a 1-1 game headed into the final period. Power play Blackhawks to kick it off. We kill that one off. Power play of our own now, not doing anything on the power play, and Slater Cuckoo puts the Hawks up 2-1. And then Shea Theodore, the defense, scores 2 goals in 2 minutes. And it's 3-1 Hawks with 5 minutes left against a brick wall. And okay, hold on, Russ Griffin with 2 minutes to go. Anything late? Okay, Matthew Boldy, and we're headed to overtime. Just when I was ready to throw in the towel, Russ Griffin with 2:22 to go, and then we probably pulled the goalie there. 52 seconds left on the clock, and Matthew Boldy scores. We break through that brick wall with 2 goals in a minute and a half or so, and shots are now 32-28 in our favor, and it's a 3-3 game headed into overtime. Here we are in overtime at home. A goal for the Blackhawks puts them up 2-0 in this series, and they take both games on the road, but a goal for us ties this series up and makes it a best of 5. Broken up there. Here's Shea Theodore. Over to Dylan Strome. Gets bulldozed by Kaprizov. Please get it out, Sergachev. Thank you. Kaprizov up to Kachuk. Skate with it. Yes, move forward. Marco Rossi going towards the boards. Gets hit, but gets it to Boquist. He gets hit himself, and they can't get it on net. Kaprizov and Ratty fighting for it. DeBrincat gets it up to Strome. He's going to carry it into the Minnesota zone. Deeks twice around nobody. Shot blocked by Sergachev. He's going to lead a 2-on-2 rush. Gets poked away. Brook back to Ratty. He's going to try to re-enter the zone now. Gets it to DeBrincat. Finds a lot of space in front. Scores. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Where is the defense? Even when it's the computer, it's only cross creases. Online, cross creases. Computer, cross creases. Sergachev, bro, where did you go? Where? Why are you skating towards the side that's not yours? And just, regardless, even if it was or wasn't your side, why are you staying in the middle there instead of covering the man that's going right towards the net? Where were you? Look at this. What is that? What is that, Sergachev? You're an 88 overall with an A on your sweater, who just had the best season of his career. Shots 32-29, and we lose 4-3 in overtime, and we're down 2-0 in this series. Both losses by 1 goal. There has to be some sort of change here or something. I don't know. With the third line, where have you been, third line? Lintner, 1 assist with 11 penalty minutes and a -2? What? Costing 7 points in 8 games. I'm tempted to put up Lintner just to make him do something. Boldy, Griffin, let's try that. Lintner, just get a jump start for him. Plus, Kostin can help the third line maybe. Kovnov hasn't gotten more than, like, he had 3 assists through like 2 games, didn't he? He's done nothing for a little while. Sjogren, 2 goals and 11 penalty minutes. Hyman, a goal and a +1, +2, +2 for Panarin. They're not doing anything though. Let's get Panarin on the third line. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, there we go. Let's change it up. 3-1-3 again. Defense. +3, +6 for Sergachev. You're killing me, though. +5, 0 for Ellington, 0 for Botter, 0 for Axel Anderson. And Maxim Morozov, 920 save percentage, 2 goals against average. I really have nothing to add to this. Jordan Greenway, 3 games, nothing. Season, he was terrible. I have no reason to add him to the lineup. Special teams, we've done almost nothing on the power play. Let's get, I don't know, can I get Kachuk up here maybe? Let's put Kachuk on the first unit. Lintner shoots left with Lintner. Let's try something like that. I don't know. Penalty kill, the -1 seems to be working okay. Doesn't really have too much of an impact on us. For Rossi, though, 4 assists in 8 games. Kachuk, 1 goal. Kaprizov, those 3. He's really slowing down. Despite the 5 points and 3 goals, he's doing nothing for me, really. He had 1 game of scoring 2, and then another of 1 in back-to-back games, then nothing before, nothing after. So hopefully those changes do a little bit of something. We're down 2-0 in this series. Dropped both games at home. We're headed to the United Center in Chicago. Big division rivalry. It's going to be hostile territory. We're going to have some fans in the crowd, but we need to wake up and figure out what we want to be doing here. Because I'm thinking overhaul at this point. There's a lot of players that are not showing up year in and year out when it really matters. Let's go. Wake up. First period. 1-0 for the Hawks. Taro Hiroshi. Second period, 2-1. All right, Matthew Boldy scores for us, the only guy who seems to have passion. Ties it up at 1, but then Dylan Gambrell 4 minutes later, and it's 2-1 Hawks. Shots are 23-20 for Minnesota. Headed into the third period, we're down by 1, and Yusei Saros just continues to be a glitch. 5-on-3 power play for the Hawks, 5-on-4. We kill all of those off somehow, some way. Power play of our own, nothing comes from it. 7 minutes to go. Shots 30-24. Wow. Wow. Man, I hope you're really proud of yourself, guys. I hope you're really proud of yourselves. 1 goal on 33 shots. Wow. I hope you're really proud of yourselves. Thanks, EA Voodoo, for another Yusei Saros exit for us. Back-to-back-to-back 1-goal losses, and we're down 3-2 in this series. All right, you know what that means. Everything goes out the window. Lines go into the blender. And we hit best lines. Best lines, whatever. Who's scratched with the best lines? Hyman and Botter? Sounds good. Sounds good. Best lines it is. Goalies, Morozov. Special teams, 0-0. +1, +3. Great. Let's see if EA can be on our side with a little best lines voodoo. Put the lines in a blender and see what happens. Down 3-0 in the series. About to get swept out. Matthew Boldy seems to be the only player who wants to score goals. First period, 1-0 Ratcliffe. Second period, 2-2. All right, thank you. Okay. Alex DeBrincat on the power play makes it 2-0 Hawks. Kirill Kaprizov scores, and then Greenway 3 minutes later to say, "Hey, remember me? Yeah, thank you. Glad to see you still have a little bit of life in your little jump in your skates." I mean to say, this game's tied at 2. And the shots are tied at 21, and Jake Virtanen scores 35 seconds into the third period. But then Kaprizov comes right back. 3-3. Power play for the Hawks now. We kill that one off, thankfully. But with 11:31 to go, we need someone to give us the lead. 9:32, and Matthew Boldy, the man of the hour. He is just, I don't know, putting this entire team and city and state on his back. 2 minutes to go. And we have life in this series, my friends. Klim Kostin with the empty netter. 5-3 Minnesota. Don't count us out yet. 3 assists for Ratty. Do not count us out yet. It's a 3-1 series, and there is life for Minnesota. 5-3 win with an empty netter. Matthew Boldy, 9 goals and 12 points in 10 games. All right, I guess these lines are working for us. Not going to touch them. But I do want to see Demetrius Correa. I'd rather put Botter over Correa, but I'm just listening to the best lines. Just keep listening to the best lines. Not touching a thing. 5-3 victory. Let's keep it up. Hopefully some players not named Boldy and Kaprizov can start scoring some goals. Lintner, Rossi, Kachuk, looking at all of you. Let's do it. First period, we're back at home in front of the fans. 1-1. Virtanen and then Russ Griffin's shorthanded goal. That's extremely rare against Saros especially. 1-1. Second period, 2-1 Brunstrom. Shots are 27-14 for the Hawks. 27 shots through 2 periods. We have 14. And we're down by 1. Is this the last period of our season, or can someone actually show me that they know what hockey is? They have a little poise, they have a little passion, a little bit of grit and clutch, and let's get this done. Power play early, killed off by the Hawks. Power play again, killed off by the Hawks once more. Power play for the Hawks, killed off by us. Halfway through this period, power play Chicago. Another one would really put a nail in the coffin. We just keep giving them power plays. We just keep giving... Whoa, what is happening? Let me see this. Who's doing this? Boldy hooking, Kachuk tripping, Sergachev holding, Kaprizov tripping. That's 4 penalties in 10 minutes. So 4 minor penalties in 10 minutes. That's 8 minutes of shorthanded and 2 minutes of even strength when we're down by 1. Can we not play a little disciplined in the final minutes of our season, fighting for 1 goal? With 4 minutes left in this game, let's hop in. Defensive zone face-off. 4 minutes left in the third period. Their Hawks are somehow 0 for 6 on the power play. We're killing them off very well. But we still have another... Okay, just 10 more seconds. Sven Sjogren. Short-handed, maybe? Okay, nice shot. Good save. Sergachev in the corner now. Skates out. Weak backhand. Easy save. It's Jake Virtanen. Gets crushed, like triple teamed. Klingberg up to Gambrel. Sergachev doing nothing for me. Oh my goodness, Sergachev. I promise you, I will trade you. I will trade you at the draft. I will not hesitate. Gets pinned in our own zone. Gambrel skates in, puts it off Valen's leg. Valen up to Kaprizov. 3 minutes to go. We need a goal to tie this game. Russ Griffin, rip it, Bello. On net. That's just, I was like redirected with a toe. Griffin to the point. It's Boquist. Back in the corner. Kaprizov. Griffin in front. Rossi in front. Scores. Game tied at 2. Kirill Kaprizov on the doorstep. Good passing. That's what we've needed. Do not count out the Minnesota Wild. 6th goal of the playoffs. The captain shows up finally. It's weird to say because he scores 50, 60 goals a season, but I'm not seeing enough from Kaprizov, unfortunately. And it's sad that we have to rely on him so heavily. But Kirill Kaprizov, thank you for showing up on the doorstep. We get it by Saros. And that's a huge goal. Kirby Doc lost his man. Stick goes through the netting. Sounds good. 2-2 game, and this is not over yet. 2:37 to go. Rossi and Griffin getting the assists on that one. We got to keep them out of net as well. This is not done for them either. Strom, great poke check on Strom. Backhand is stopped as well. Boquist's going to lead the charge on the way out of the zone. Gets it up to Jordan Greenway, the longest serving player on this team with an A on his jersey. Even though he's getting a little bit of healthy scratch, we're giving him a little bit of respect now. The Brinket. Can no one get in the way of the shot? Why is no one getting in the way of the shot? Just part the Red Sea and let him rip it. Yeah, give him a nice massive door to shoot on. But that's Morozov's fault as well. You see that all the way through. Glove side, just a snipe. So 27, is that Boquist or Ellington? No, I think that's Boquist, and 20 is Valen. That's just, put a stick in the lane. I understand you can't put your body there, you have to keep your position looking for the pass, you gotta block the pass. But just like that, 30 seconds later, now we're down by a goal again. Put your stick in the lane. Minute 40 to go. Down by 1. The Brinket. Poke check. Hit hard into the corner. Skate with his lifeless body. Don't stop and get the puck. Just keep following his body. Let him shoot as well. That's good. That's really good. Is that Valen number 20? Boldy. Come on. Minute to go. Marco Rossi in front. Scores! Yes, it's Jordan Greenway. Oh, the longest serving player. Just like that. Jubilation to devastation. Back to jubilation. His second of the playoffs, and we are back in it again. Rossi to Greenway, 3-3 tie. Just as about to pull the goalie as well. Oh, the classic Rossi-Greenway connection with the A on his jersey, getting it done in front of the home fans. Wow, okay. Can we please keep the puck out of the net this time? Game tied at 3 with 1:04 to go in the third. Rossi and Boldy picking up the assists. Face-off win by the Hawks. Klingberg, oh my goodness, I think Morozov got a piece of that. What a save. McElrath, back to the point, it's Theodore. He gets hit, but gets it to McElrath. Sergachev, here we go, Boldy. 2-on-1 with Theodore pushing back. Greenway, oh, Boldy poke check there. Greenway, good pass to Boquist, scores! Adam Boquist with 19.4 seconds left against the team that drafted him. What a pass by Greenway. It's his second of the playoffs, and we're up by 1 with under 20 seconds left. Oh, on the brink of elimination. What a shot through traffic. A fantastic saucer pass from Jordan Greenway. I love you, Jordan Greenway. Wow, what a backhand saucer pass. And then what a shot through traffic. That is an amazing goal right there. And with under 20 seconds left, we have the lead. Lintner, Kovanov, Kostin are out there. Please just shut it down. The fans are going ballistic. Greenway and Boldy getting the assists on Boquist's second. Just hang on tight, please. Kovanov, there you go. Take it into the corner. Even take a shot maybe. Kostin hits off a leg. Eriksson Ek to Josh Brook. Final 5 seconds. They're pulling the goalie. They're making a couple moves. Big shot, big blocker save. Eriksson Ek, final second, and that'll be it. The Minnesota Wild are pushing this series to 6 games. On the brink of elimination twice now. We win games 4 and 5. And we're pushing this series to 6. Wow. Heroics from Jordan Greenway especially. Let's see the 3 stars in this one. Shots ended up being 38-32 for the Hawks. Boquist with the game-winning goal gets 3rd star of the night. Let's look at that one more time through traffic. My goodness, this has been a heart attack of a series. 2nd star of the night, Jordan Greenway with a goal and an assist. Game-tying goal and game-winning assist. Look at that backhand sauce. Woo! Hawks were 0 for 7 on the power play as well. Shout out to the penalty killers. 1st star of the game, who gets it? It's Russ Griffin, goal and assist with 2 hits. Great penalty killing as well. I'm sure he was a huge part of this one. 4-3 the final. We're headed back to Chicago. 14 points in 11 games for Matthew Boldy. I'm going to keep the best lines. I'm not going to touch a single thing, I guess. This has been an absolute nail-biter. We got to win this game again just to push it to 7. So it's still a tall order. We're on Chicago's home ice. Game 6, round 2, United Center. Do you believe? First period, 2-0 for the Wild. Matthew Tkachuk and Alex Kovanov. Yusei Saros is human. Lets in 2 first-period goals. That is huge. Second period, 3-1, goal apiece. Power play for Kaprizov, and then Kirby Dach on an even-strength goal. Shots are 29-17 for the Wild. We're up by 2, headed into the final 20 minutes. If we can just hang on to this lead, add to it, I don't care what you do to it, as long as we come away with a win in this 3rd period, we are headed to 7 back at home, and you never know what can happen in a game 7. Power plays are exchanged by both teams. Back, forth, and Klim Kostin on the power play extends our lead to 3, and that may just be enough for the win, as we are up 4-1 with 7 minutes to go. And I think you can book your tickets. Hold on, Jake Vertanen. Power play for the Hawks now as well. Might be a goalie pulled, but no, we hang on tight. Book your tickets for Game 7. Shots were 36-27 for us in this one. 4-2 the final. A goal and 2 assists from Klim Kostin. 1 goal, 1 assist for Kaprizov. And Jake the Snake with a goal and assist for the Hawks. Oh my goodness. Kovanov, mild concussion. Oof, that's not good. That is not good. Should I best lines it or keep everything? Should I? Because I don't want anything to get messed up. The lines seem to be working like this. So I guess I'll slot up Dargachintsev. And then who are the healthy scratches here? It's Zach Hyman. So if I put Zach Hyman here, hold on. Panarin has 65. Actually, Sjogren has good faceoffs, doesn't he? 80, yeah. I'll put Sjogren at center. And was he anywhere else, Kovanov? Oof, he was 2nd line center here. So Dargachintsev is a playmaker. It may help. Yeah, keeps a +3. Okay, Dargachintsev, you'll go there. And I suppose you'll go here as well. Boldy Boldy, Kaprizov, Kachuk. You know, I'm going to put Lintner here. I don't want to touch too much because I'm trusting in the computer with the best lines for now. So let me put Lintner there, and that's it. All right, and there we go. This is the lineup for Game 7 in Minnesota. From down 3-0 in the series, we have pushed this all the way to 7 at the XL Energy Center. Down in Iowa, we won 9-2. We're through the next round after taking down the Griffins. That's big as well, but wow. Take a breath, take a moment. Who would have thought that we would be here? How many teams have come back from down 3-0? When's the last team that did it? Was it the Flyers against the Bruins like a decade and a half or 2 decades ago? A decade and a half in 2028, I guess. But let's not count our chickens before they hatch. Game 7, 3 wins in a row for the Hawks, 3 wins in a row for us. The winner of this one goes to the Western Conference Finals and will once again represent the Central Division. Let's see if we still have some of that passion and fire in the furnace from the last 3 games. Do not stop now. First period, 1-1. Sven Sjogren, 4th line center, gets it done. And Shea Theodore for the Hawks. Shots 12-11 for us. Second period, 3-2. Okay, Lintner scores his first goal of the entire playoffs. Thanks for stopping by. Matt Dumba ties it up. And this is a real backbreaker with 14 seconds left. Alex DeBrincat gives the Hawks the lead headed into the third. Shots are 24-21 in our favor, but we're down by 1. Let's keep it on ×4 speed into the final 20 minutes. Game 7, round 2 of the Western Conference semifinals. Oh my goodness. Shots are coming back for the Hawks. They have 2 shots for the first 5 minutes and a power play now as someone takes a very foolish penalty. Thankfully, we kill it off. Shots are now 26-25 for the Hawks. Halfway through the third period, no scoring. 29-25 for the Hawks. As things are starting to get a little bit dangerous with 6.5 to go. I think at 5 minutes, oh no, with 5:21 to go, I think we'll have to, hold on. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait a little bit. Let me keep back at ×1 speed. I want to kill just a little bit of this power play. You go into the game, they score cross creases. You do it in the slow sim, they score anyways. All right. DeBrincat on the power play. We're down by 2 with 5 minutes to go. We've seen this before. We can do it again. I don't want to change up the period length. I'll keep it the same. We've seen this before. Let's do it again. Down by 2 with under 5 to go. We are not done yet. Here in Minnesota. 5:09 to go. DeBrincat, of course, scoring another one on the power play. Big face-off win. Here comes Russ Griffin into the zone. We got to be attacking very hard. Valen, Sergachev, Kachuk gets hit in the corner, gives up possession, gives it up to Shea Theodore now. Theodore is double teamed, but still gets the puck to Strome. Over to Aturati. Toe drag past nobody. Windmill over nobody. Valen trying to fight for it in the corner. He gets it. Backwards. All good stuff. Okay, great. Let me take over as coach because I can't trust the simulation right now. All right, lock on as coach. Good. 3:18 to go. It also changes your side when you lock on as coach. Now we're looking at it from the opposite way. Kirby Doc can't quite get it through. Now he does. Okay, everyone just gave up on fighting against him. Mason Shaw to Kirby Doc. Come on, board pin, fight for it. Okay, Shaw gets it out. No one's covering in front. Okay, back on the other way now. It's Matthew Boldy. Up to Jordan Greenway. And he gets tripped. Power play. Power play. Okay, let's go. Overload, aggressive face-off, high pressure, tight points, good. Power play, second unit's out. As Shea Theodore, they're probably the top defenseman on the Hawks, going to the box for 2 minutes for tripping. This is big. We need to take advantage of this. Kostin, Dargachintsev, and Greenway are out. Defense is Boldy and Kaprizov, I think, right? All right, face-off win for the Hawks. Brooks will just okay, here's a chance. Jordan Greenway. Breakaway for Greenway. Big pad save. Get it again before he stands up. Boldy. Boldy. In front. Again, big blocker save. Oh, what an opportunity for Greenway on the breakaway. Oh, and they dump it down again. 2 minutes about to go now. It's Kirill Kaprizov up to Jordan Greenway. Greenway has possession. He's a big boy. Gets poked into the corner, but still has it. Gets over to Kostin. In front. Glove save. Saros on the one-timer from Boldy. Cuckoo to McElrath, and they'll clear that down. Let's get the first unit out for the forwards. Under a minute and a half to go. Here's another opportunity. It is Russ Griffin. Over to Kachuk. Can't even get a good shot away. And Saros will hang on. Okay. Let's take the timeout here. Manage teams. Take the timeout, call timeout, and what I'm going to do is make sure it's the first power play forwards with the second power play defense. And what I want to do is go into the lines, edit lines here, first power play. I need to change up the... I don't want Kaprizov and Boldy on defense. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's like that. Let's get Kaprizov right here. Let me get Boquist there, Sergachev there. Do I have any right-handed shots? Anyone who's a right-handed shot? Just Duragachintsev? Pretty much, eh? You know what? Let's do it. Duragachintsev, you're going on the first unit. Boldy at the point right here. And, okay, Griffin can go there. Lovely. Let's go in the first unit forwards, first units of defense. 39 seconds left in the power play and a minute 15 left in this third period. There's Colton Reinprecht trying to keep his job out here. Russ Griffin, nice beard as well. Come on. Timeout. Duragachintsev's on that right-handed shot. Give me something, baby. Rossi at the face-off against Ratcliffe and Eriksson. Big face-off win. One-timer from Kaprizov. That's why we put him there. That's a big glove save from Saros. Good, 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 good. That's what we need. And you know what? Thinking about right-handed shots, maybe we put Sjogren there. I know he has like 99 wrist shot or slap shot accuracy. Or even Panarin. Panarin has the 4-star shooting. And Sjogren has 93 wrist shot accuracy. You know what? I'm going to put Panarin. Panarin right-handed shot on this first unit right here. Let's see if Artemi Panarin can do something, because he hasn't done anything this entire playoffs. We got him for no reason. Gave up a 4th-round pick for nothing. Hawks are leading in the face-off category tonight, but Rossi wins another, but gets it back to no one. Keep it in. Very good. Very good. On that Kaprizov, and Saros makes another big glove save. Now he's just locked down, right? The computer just, every puck is going to just gravitate towards his glove. I guess that's going to be it. Against Gambrel and McElrath. Come on, Rossi. I'm asking for a lot. Uses that drop. Blocks the dump, though. Come on, Panarin fighting against his old team as well. And Brook dumps it down. And Kaprizov, Rossi, all alone. Marco Rossi, please finish that. Big save, Saros. Gets it out to Brook. Hit by Rossi, but Cuckoo's going to take it and dump it down. Short-handed, establishing a presence in our zone. Yeah, that's great. Morozov, yeah, great job, Morozov. Hang on to the puck. 32.7 seconds left. First lines are out. But I don't know what else to say here. Face-off lost. Theodore to Klingberg. DeBrincat, Ratty, Strome, DeBrincat. There you go. Wide open net for the rebound, and he scores for the hat trick. Great job. Great, great job defending. Sergachev again. Was it you, Sergachev, again? Let me see you. Let me see you, Sergachev. Where are you? Where are you? What is going on? Even Boquist. I don't care. Someone has to be on someone's side. Maybe it's Boquist's fault on this one? Yeah, that's Boquist's fault. Where are you going, Boquist? You're at right side. Where are you? What is happening? Why is the defense AI so bad? From down 3-0 in the series, to tying at 3-3 and going to Game 7, to dropping it in Game 7. From a hat trick from Alex DeBrincat. Where did we go wrong? And now the Hawks are going to go to the Cup Finals and possibly win the Cup, right? Because of the Central Division. Boldy, 16 points in 13 games. Kostin, 12 and 13. Griffin, 11. Kaprizov woke up with 10. Kachuk, Rossi, 7 assists. Boquist, Sergachev, 20 penalty minutes for Sergachev. What a joke. Greenway had 5 points in 7 games somehow. Lintner, 1 goal in 13 games after scoring 34 in the regular season. I don't know what to say. Ellington at -2 after being like a +58 in the regular season. Yep, +58. And he goes -2 in the playoffs. That's great. Panarin, 13 games, nothing. Goaltending, good numbers, I guess, from Morozov, but not good enough. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I have nothing to say. We need to make big changes in this offseason. We can't keep having the same core that keeps giving us the same results. Russ Griffin played well, but if we have to trade Sergachev, we have to go for chemistry. I don't know what it has to be. We have to make big moves somewhere. The bottom 6, Kovanov gone, Greenway gone, I don't know what. We'll address that at the end of the episode. Let's just sim at the draft. I'll update the scouting. We'll see who wins the cup, check the awards, and then we'll tackle what our plan is for the offseason. So here at the end of May, the Iowa Wild are just 7 seconds away from winning the Calder Cup in a 5-game series against the Syracuse Crunch. The goaltending has been outstanding. It was a 61-win season, and Iowa finishes it off with the Calder Cup. So at least there's some little semblance of something for us in our franchise. We get a little bit of championship experience for guys we sent back down like Nicholas Rodin and Aaron Crooks. We had even Timu Pillman, who's a 79 overall with medium elite potential, who's been growing. We had some good prospects, got some good growth this year, including Clayton Stanton, who just got a shutout to capture the Calder Cup. So him and Jesper Wallstedt have been great between the pipes. I don't know what the goaltending situation is going to be next season, but Clayton Stanton is a big, I guess, just something that has to be dealt with. He's a big player that has to have something going for him. I don't know if he grows to a 78, 79, 80, 81. Who knows that medium elite potential? Can he continue to be the Iowa starter? And then what's up with Jesper Wallstedt? We're going to have to sign our medium elite prospects. He's been fantastic, but he's never really jumped to the next level. So that's all things that we have to consider. And the MVP, and here he is, the captain of the Iowa Wild. Not even sure who the captain is. There's no MVP award, I guess. I think there is, but I guess they don't show it. And there's the captain of the Iowa Wild lifting the Calder Cup. And no celebration. That's cool. Great job, EA. You use the same recycled celebration year in and year out for the Stanley Cup, and you can't just use the same one, but replace the coating for the Stanley Cup with the Calder Cup. Just a quick raise over your head, and that's it. That's really nice. Thank you so much. And there we go. It was the Winnipeg Jets that ended up winning the Stanley Cup, and the Iowa Wild win the Calder Cup. So the Chicago Blackhawks made it through us, but did not make it through the Western Conference Finals, as the Jets took them down in 6 games, and then they took out the Hurricanes in a 5-game series. How about that? Let's check out the awards here. Winnipeg Jets win the Cup. They keep the Blackhawks from getting back-to-back Stanley Cups. President's Trophy went to the Anaheim Ducks, breaking the Avalanche's 3-year streak. So the trend continues. Of course, it was going to continue because both teams in the Western Conference Finals were from the Central Division, but the winner of the West once again from the Central, and for the, I guess, yeah, just back-to-back seasons, the Stanley Cup winner from the Central Division. But just crazy to say that the Central dominates the West to another level. Prince of Wales goes to the Carolina Hurricanes, as we know. Individual awards, Jack Eichel won the Art Ross Trophy, and the Hart goes to Marco Rossi. Look at that. So no Art Ross, no Maurice Richard, but 101 points. Our first-line centerman getting some recognition by the league as he wins the Hart Trophy. Wow, take a bow, Marco Rossi. James Norris, of course, goes to Adam Boqvist after his 76-point season. That's great as well. He was a great replacement for Torrey Krug when we had to go out and get somebody, and he has been good ever since. Lady Bing goes to Kirill Kaprizov. Okay, there's a little hardware for him as well. Kirill the Thrill with a nice little sportsmanship nod. Calder goes to Kozevnikov. Wow, that is extremely rare to see a goalie winning the Calder Trophy. Extremely rare in franchise mode, but Sergei Kozevnikov captures it. It was him, Lintner, and another forward, I believe, who were in the running for it. But take a bow. Does that mean Vezina as well? Conn Smythe goes to Griffith on the Jets. Vezina goes to John Gibson. So Kozevnikov was up there for the Vezina, but he does win the Calder Trophy. Vezina goes to John Gibson. Jennings goes to Kozevnikov and Morozov, though. And then Masterton goes to McCabe. Jack Adams to the coach of the Rangers. Selke goes to Tim Stützle. Wow. I've never seen Stützle win the Selke, I don't think. So that's great. Lindsay goes to Marco Rossi, and Maurice Richard to Kirill Kaprizov for back-to-back seasons. So a nice little bit of hardware for the Minnesota Wild this season. Damien Giroux wins the equivalent of the Art Ross Trophy for the 3rd time in 4 seasons. He's killing it down in Iowa. I wish he could come to the NHL, but he's stuck at a 77, even though he keeps getting so many points. Also wins the equivalent of the Hart for the 2nd time in 3 seasons, 3rd time in 4 seasons. Cade Domingue wins the equivalent of the Maurice Richard with his goals. We'll have to check out his goal totals. Any other awards? Hollowell wins the Norris, basically. Giroux wins the Conn Smythe. Also wins the Lady Bing for the 3rd time in 4 years. Any other awards for us? He also wins the... Yeah, sorry, that's back to the top. So, lots of awards for the Iowa Wild as well. Let's see how their season fully finished off. Giroux at 85 points. Cade Domingue, wow, 58 goals. With that, look at the 5-star shooting. Remember when he drafted him? I went crazy. We need to get him into the NHL soon. 5-star shooting. He scores 58 goals. 3rd-round pick for us. Lefebvre, 62. Sokolov. Nordquist, a good prospect in our system. Very, very good season down for the Iowa Wild. And for the goalies, Stanton went 42-5-1. Wallstedt 21-7-0. Not as good in the numbers, but Stanton with a 1.82 goals against average. How did he not win the Vezina? What a season for him. And then looking, in the playoff stats, 20 points in 21 games for Giroux. Igor Afanaseyev, who's been on Iowa for a very long time. He's been a good power forward for our chemistry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons with us. He continues to get better. 73 points this season. Big Igor with that bottom 6 potential now. Nordquist, 16 points. Hollowell was good as an offensive defenseman in our chemistry system. Crooks had 12 points in 8 games. We sent him back down. Rodin had 11 points in 7 games. And I think that's just about it there. Yeah, and goaltending, it was mostly Wallstedt, but then Stanton came in. I rotated it. 6-1-0 with 2 shutouts. So the goalies really, really on fire for us in the playoffs. Morozov, those were his numbers. 911 save percentage. Not much to really look at anymore. We already looked at all those numbers. Let's just sim to the draft and figure out what else we need to figure out. Retirements and draft position and contract extensions, all that stuff. St. Louis jumps from 8-1. Vegas stays at 2, and New Jersey jumps 10-3. San Jose dropping from 1-4. Retired players in the year 2028. Who's leading the charge? It is Jonathan Toews, former Minnesota Wild member at the age of 40. With just over 1,500 games played. Voracek, O'Reilly, Krejci at the age of 42. Tarasenko, Doughty, Stone. Panarin goes out after we traded for him. He's going to retire down to a 78 overall. Probably better like that. Logan Couture retires at the age of 39. Yossi Little. Torrey Krug, who had so many good seasons with us on Minnesota. A solid 3 full seasons actually. He started to get a little bit old. 3 full seasons plus, so 3.5 seasons, and he was very good, winning I think 2 Norrises with us, and then he slowed down a little bit on Chicago and Detroit, but still good totals from him. He could have kept going probably. Atkinson, Palmieri, Marcus Johansson, former Minnesota Wild as well. And then going into the goalies who retired this year, we got Freddie Anderson with 430 wins, Bobrovsky, Allen, Jones, Kincaid, and so forth. Retired coaches, Henrik Davidson on Iowa, okay, and no Minnesota coaches, okay, we'll just keep track of that. We'll take on July 1st, and here we are at the draft. So looking at the draft class now, pretty solid class, I would say. The first overall pick is a medium elite, so no franchises. The first 5 picks are all elite, including Declan Chiarelli, a medium elite grinder with 42 points with the QMJHL. He is NHL ready at 17 years of age. That's very interesting. Not good for the chemistry beyond the bottom 6, but very interesting. 2 snipers and 2 playmakers. WHL for him. Russia, 24 points, and Dell, 17 points. So keep track of what that means. Ryder Kunitz. I think these guys are all NHL ready. Yeah, everyone is NHL ready. 2 years away, 3 years away. There is this guy, Mason Crosby, a medium top 4 offensive defenseman, 17 years of age, who's NHL ready. So that's interesting because that means he's in the high 70 overalls, despite being a 9th overall pick. Even this guy, Xander Roberts, is medium elite defensive defenseman with 50 points. 1 year away, similar to Zdeno Chara. More medium top 6s in the first round, medium top 4. Medium elite defensive defenseman, again, Dylan Hendricks, 29 points from him. He's 3 years away, similar to Shea Weber. Top 6. Yeah, pretty solid first round picks here. We're picking, where would we be picking exactly? Probably something like, I'll have to check the draft board, but something around this area. So medium top 4 Ds, top 9 forwards, not great. And then into the second round, like usual, the second round, the middle of the second round is usually better than the first round. But I don't know, not by much. Just taking a little bit of a scroll here. Low top 6, this will be nice. Low top 6 here again. So we'll try to make a couple trades here and there to find some interesting prospects. Any elites late? Yeah, oh yes, for sure. But more medium elite goalies. I can't keep drafting. Look at these 3 medium elite goalies I could just snatch up right. Easy 5th, 4th, whatever round picks. I can't take 3 more medium elite goalies in the system. We have already way too many. It's too many goalies in the draft. Some low elites. Here we go. Some low elite forward gems that will build the draft. Yeah, so it should be a solid draft for us. So looking at the draft board, just to fully confirm, it is pick number 25. So pick number 25, we could try and trade up for a pick in the top 10 there. If we did, who would we be thinking about trading up for? When we look at the contracts here, all expiring, it is Tkachuk. We need to figure out what is happening with Matthew Tkachuk. Up to an 88 overall. We've been talking, going back and forth on different ideas for him. If he did re-sign, he'd be wanting, yeah, that's quite a bit of money for Matthew Tkachuk. We could go 5 years, like $9 million. I don't like that though. I'd almost just sign and trade because I don't want to let him walk, but I also don't want to re-sign him for that much money because then that leaves us only with like $4 million left over. We still have to think about Demetrius Correa. He wants $6 million. He wants $6 million as an 82 overall two-way D. That's just broken, so he's gonna get qualified for sure. Axel Anderson, we could sign him. Maybe that's a bit expensive for a 7th D. Rodin will want to sign. We're going to try to get him back into the NHL. Hyman will probably let go now. We'll get Bourdon in the lineup as well, like we said. Primo will probably let walk. We need to figure out what's happening with the goalies because Evnikov, okay, he's up to an 82. Primo, but then we have Stanton, Wallstedt, you have Ekman. Okay, forget Ekman, but then you have Yekimovs and Klingberg, who are both elites that are going to get signed to contract. So there's 1-2 in Iowa. So that bumps out Wallstedt and bumps up Stanton. Do we think about trading Morozov, even though he was the better goalie? I don't know, because Evnikov's been great as well, but he also showed his cracks. He showed a few cracks. So that's a very difficult situation for us. Unsigned, I don't think there's anyone else really. There's nothing really to look at in the progress report. Some good growth, like MacArthur, 55 to 58 in the last couple months. But probably I'd sign maybe like these 3 guys here for Iowa, maybe. But we need to figure out what the team will be next season because just looking at all forwards, so like Kaprizov's at a 91, Griffin's at a 90. Do we trade Russ Griffin at the draft? Do we trade the rights to Matthew Tkachuk? Sven Sjogren has grown to an 87. Boldy, for some reason, dropped to an 85. Costing 85. Lindner already growing to an 85, so he should be our first-line power forward next season. So the question is, do we want to go Kaprizov, Rossi, Lindner on the first line, and then Boldy, Griffin, Tkachuk on the second line, which leaves Kostin, Sjogren, Kovanov for the third line, and then Bourdon, Greenway, and Dargachintsev or something for the fourth line, something like that. And that's not even considering Crooks or Chekovich or Rodin or anyone else who might have a spurt of growth, like maybe Nordquist over the off season. So we need to think about all those things going into the draft. Do we want to make changes for the forwards? And then looking at defense, we could keep it Boquist up to a 90. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like this. Or do we dump Correa because he wants crazy money, qualify and sign him? What's the deal there? Because in the system, we do have Teemu Pillman, who's going to be pushing for the NHL now. He is a third-round pick, defensive defenseman. He's a top 6. Yeah, he is in the NHL next season. Does Ledin also want to be making the NHL? That's also a possibility. So we have quite a bit of trade value if we're looking to trade a name like, I don't know, Correa or Sergachev. Sergachev, he just killed me in the playoffs as well in the live sim, but he was coming off such a good season. It's tough. It's a lot of questions, and I'm tired of having the same core give me the same results. A very good season and then a rough playoffs, and some people show up, some people disappear. I'm getting tired of that. Coaching staff, we've built good things around this staff. Reinprecht, he has like a 77% team fit now the full lineup is not being shown, with some players being expired contracts, but he's in the 70s for his team fit. 6 years left on his contract. He has 56, 64, and 68. His winning percentages have only gotten higher in his 3 full seasons with us. They've all been good seasons, but his playoff record with us is 20 and 17. 20 and 17 through 3 seasons. So that's a very different story when it comes to the playoffs for Colton Reinprecht. That's the tough part. So that is officially the end of year number 8 in Minnesota. We're getting closer to the end of this series than we are at the start. I'd like to start up the next series relatively soon. I want to win more Stanley Cups with this team because it's 1 cup in year number 1, and then years 2 to 8 have been mostly firsts, a couple of seconds, and 1 or 2 third-round exits. So do we need to blow up this team? Who needs to be moved? And then who also needs to be brought in? even though Griffin has been good, maybe he becomes a third line center and we get a real playmaking second line center to be between the sniper and the power forward of Boldy and Tkachuk. There's a lot of options, so I look forward to hearing them down in the YouTube comments as well as over in the Discord server. The link for all of those things are down in the description, so make sure you check all of that out. If you're enjoying this series, leave a thumbs up and consider subscribing as well if you haven't already. We would love to have you join the team and you'd be made aware of all the uploads here on the channel with NHL 21, MLB The Show 21, F1 streams on Twitch as well, and NHL 07 Dynasty Mode series starting up soon. So there's a lot to see. Thank you for devoting your time to and your heart to this series. I know it was another heartbreaker, but I look forward to hearing your thoughts on what we need to fix to get back into contention next season. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next one.